Hello and welcome to part 3 of my greatest hits compilation CD collection. So, next one I have here, this is the very best of Herman's Hermits. And yeah, this is fantastic. And again, this is all I need from Herman's Hermits. I mean, it's a really concise collection. It's got all their big hits as well as some deep album cuts. So yeah. Yeah, it's just a brilliant CD. Yeah, this has everything I need from these guys. Such a good collection there. But yeah, I do love Herman's Hermits. And next one I have, this is Bad Moon Rising, the best of Creedence Clearwater Revival. And Creedence Clearwater Revival, they're a band where I might want to get their albums eventually, but for now, I think I'm happy with this. But in future, because they do have some good albums. But this has all their best stuff on it. It's got Bad Moon Rising. It's got Fortunate Son. Yeah, it's just a really good CD. So yeah, that takes care of me for now. But yeah, I don't think it will end there. I think I might want to go further with this band, but I think this is all I need for the moment. Next one I have, this is the very best of the Bee Gees. And yeah, this is all I need from the Bee Gees. I'm not really a big fan of the 70s Bee Gees, you know, those disco hits. I mean, they're good, you know, Staying Alive, Night Fever. You know, they're good songs, they're just not my favourites by the Bee Gees. I prefer the early Bee Gees, you know, the 60s, New York mining disaster, 1941 is my favourite. But yeah, this is all I need of the Bee Gees. And I have a couple of Bob Marley compilations. This one's Bob Marley and the Wailers, the very best of the early years, 1968 to 1974. So yeah, there's some stuff on here I've never actually heard before until I got this. But yeah, it's a good collection. I mean, I prefer some of the stuff that's on the other compilation. But yeah, I do like this. I do love Bob Marley. I mean, you can't deny Bob Marley. He was an icon. You know, to me, he was the king of reggae music. You know, like reggae, it just doesn't get any better than that. It's just wonderful. But yeah, this is the better compilation, Legend, and this is one of the best compilations ever. This has all of his best stuff. It's got Is This Love, Three Little Birds, Buffalo Soldier, Jammin', Stir It Up. Now this is the one I go to if I want to hear some Bob Marley. I immediately go to this one. And yeah, this is all I need. Well, these two Bob Marley compilations I've got, because this is the later stuff, you know, the 70s and the 80s. The other one is the 60s and early 70s. So yeah, this and this, it's all I need from Bob Marley. You know, it's perfect. And yeah, if I'm in the mood for some reggae, I put this on. And then next one we have, this is Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. And yeah, this is another classic compilation. They are a band where I think I probably will want all the albums, because I think they only had 5 albums, and I do have 2 of them. I've got Wednesday Morning 3 AM and Bridge Over Troubled Water. But yeah, this is a good compilation. And it does have some unreleased tracks on here as well, so it's worth it just for those unreleased tracks, even if you have got the albums already. But yeah. And then next one I have, this is the very best of the Byrds. And the Byrds are a band where, well, I do have the Notorious Byrd Brothers album, and I want to get a few of their others, like Fifth Dimension, Younger Than Yesterday, Mr. Tambourine Man, Turn, Turn, Turn. So yeah, just those albums. I'm not going to want every single one. But yeah, this is a good compilation though. You get 24 songs on here. And yeah, the Byrds they're a great band. And got the Freddie Mercury album. So yeah, this is a compilation of Freddie Mercury solo. So yeah, I like Freddie. I mean, I'm not as big as a fan of his solo career as I am with Queen, but he definitely did some great songs during his solo career. Like The Great Pretender, Mr. Bad Guy, Living on My Own, Barcelona. It's just really good songs. And next one I have, this one is by Madness, and this one's called Total Madness. And yeah, Madness is such a great band. So yeah, this one comes with a DVD as well. So the first disc is the CD of all their hits, and then the DVD is the music videos of those songs. And yeah, Madness have released loads of compilations, but I think this is the one to have. And yeah, this is all I need. I mean, I love Madness, but I think this CD is all I need really. I think, you know, this covers it for me. I just love that picture as well, the double-decker bus. Just a wonderful band. There you go. Yeah, I do love a bit of Madness. And next one I have, this is by George Harrison. This is the best of George Harrison. Not one of his best compilations. He did release a better one called Let It Roll, the music of George Harrison, which has 20 songs on it. This only has 13. But this is not strictly George Harrison's solo career. It's half of it is songs that he did in the Beatles, and then there's stuff from his solo career as well. But it's a good compilation. But I have all the Beatles stuff already. But so yeah, I might get the Let It Roll compilation. Or I might get the All Things Must Pass album. I mean, I think I might want to get a couple of George Harrison's albums. Like, I want to get All Things Must Pass, and possibly Living in a Material World. Maybe Cloud 9, but I'm not going to want all of them, but a couple of them. You know, I like George Harrison's solo stuff. I'm not as big a fan of it as I am with the Beatles. You know, I love the Beatles. I'm a huge Beatles fan, but in terms of their solo careers, I like them, but not as much as when the Beatles were together as a band. But in my opinion, I think John Lennon had the best solo career. Some would say Paul McCartney. In my opinion, I think it was John Lennon who had the best solo career. And then we've got Billy Idol. So this one's called Idol Songs, 11 of the Best. And yeah, this is all I need of Billy Idol. This has everything I need. It's got White Wedding on here, Rebel Yell, Dancing with Myself. You know, this Hot in the City, Eyes Without a Face. Yeah, I'm good to go with this. Like, this is all I need from Billy Idol. I mean, I love Billy Idol, but no, that takes care of me. And got some Sam Cooke, the best of Sam Cooke. And yep, I think this is all I need from Sam Cooke. And Twisting the Night Away is my favourite Sam Cooke song. I just love that song. But yeah, I do love it. Yeah, you gotta love Sam Cooke, haven't you? He's just superb. And he was sadly gone before his time. But yeah, I do love Sam. Next one, this is the Dave Clark 5, Glad All Over Again. So this is 35 solid gold hits. So yeah, really good compilation, and this has everything I need from the Dave Clark 5. I think Glad All Over's one of my favourites. Do You Love Me, I really like. Any Way You Want It, which could be seen as the first psychedelic rock song, because they used some pretty heavy reverb on that track, like some heavy echo. And considering that song's from 1964, and it actually sounds pretty psychedelic for that time. Psychedelic rock wasn't a thing until like 1966. So yeah, you could argue that it was probably the first psychedelic rock song. Yeah, I do love a bit of Dave Clark. And then this one is Wings' Greatest. So Greatest Hits of Wings. Paul McCartney and Wings. There's a couple of songs on here from Paul's solo career, but there is mainly Wings on here. So yeah, it's got like Live and Let Die, it's got Band on the Run, and I do want to get a couple of the Wings albums. I want to get, I might get Band on the Run, I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of, because I know a lot of people consider Paul McCartney's solo career and Wings to be one project, but it kind of isn't. I kind of put Paul McCartney's solo career and the Wings stuff separate. But that's just me. I think with bands like Wings, I think this is probably all I need, although I might get the Band on the Run album. I might. In terms of Paul's solo albums, I definitely want to get Ram, and possibly his debut album. I mean, Paul McCartney had a good solo career in the 70s, definitely, but I think in the 80s, I don't think he had albums that were that good, in my opinion. But that's the thing with artists that have been around for a long time. They're going to have some disappointing albums. And I've got a couple of Eric Clapton compilations here. So this one's called Stages, which you could argue, it's arguable whether you consider this a greatest hits compilation, but it's basically different stages of Clapton's career. So it's got some stuff from John Mayall's Blues Breakers, some Cream stuff on here, Blind Faith, Derek and the Dominoes. But I thought, yeah, I might as well include it, because there's some pretty big songs on here. And this is the better Eric Clapton compilation. This one's called Complete Clapton. So this is 2 CDs. It does have a few Cream songs on it, and some Derek and the Dominoes stuff, and some Blind Faith stuff, but it is mainly his solo career. As for Eric Clapton, yeah, this is all I need. I mean, I do have a couple of Eric Clapton. I do have his Me and Mr. Johnson, which was a covers album where he covered all like Robert Johnson songs, which I think is a pretty good album. And I do have his Unplugged live album. But yeah, that's all I need with Eric Clapton. I'm not a massive Clapton fan. I mean, I'm a huge Cream fan. I'm a huge Yardbirds fan. I would say I'm definitely a fan of Derek and the Dominoes and Blind Faith. But of his solo career, I'm not a huge fan. But I do like quite a lot of the songs though. And yeah, this is all I really need, to be honest. And then I have the very best of the Moody Blues. And I've only got 2 Moody Blues CDs. I've got this, and I've also got the Days of Future Past album, which I think is really good. So this and Days of Future Past, that's all I need from the Moody Blues. You know, I don't need anything else by them. But there's some great songs. Go Now, Ride My Seesaw. It's even got Forever Autumn on here, which is actually not really a Moody Blues song. It's a Justin Hayward solo track, but I quite like it actually. It's also got Nights in White Satin on here, which is one of the tracks from the Days of Future Past album. But this is the single version, so it's a bit different. But yeah, this and the Days of Future Past album, that's all the Moody Blues that I need in my collection. And then I have Manfred Mann, Greatest Hits. And yeah, I do love Manfred Mann. Great tracks on here. And yeah, this is another case where, you know, Greatest Hits, all I need from Manfred Mann is this. 5 4 3 2 1 is great. Do Wah Diddy Diddy. If You Gotta Go, Go Now. I do like the 70s. I don't have any of the 70s stuff though. Of course, you've also got Manfred Mann's Earth Band, which is it's a different band from this. I'm thinking about getting a greatest hits CD of Manfred Mann's Earth Band as well, because they do an amazing cover of Bruce Springsteen's Blinded by the Light, which I think they do it better than Bruce. You know, that's just my opinion, but the Bruce version is great as well. And yeah, so what's that? Is that part 3? So yeah, that's it for this part. So yeah, stay tuned for the next installment.